Welcome again to another episode of the Consistency Queen. Hello, my name is Elsa Morgan. Today we're going to be talking about the important steps, the absolutes, the actual steps that you need to take to build a multiple six-figure business. And I want to go through these steps in detail because there is a lot of disinformation out there, and I am someone that has replicated these results over and over again in less than 90 days, like between 60 and 90 days. And I want to assure you that there is a proven method. There is a way that you get there. Strategy alone won't get you there on its own. There is an element, in fact, 90% of the journey is who you are. I just want to absolutely make that clear to you, that 90% of the journey is who you are, what you stand for, your energetics, your emotions, your feelings, and your thoughts all come into play. But what I will be talking to you about more specifically are the actual steps that I have taken to build multiple six figures on repeat. And this is designed for those women who want to achieve multiple six figures in 12 months, or if you've never ever built six figures ever before. This is going to help you if you really want to get solid and clean and clear on what it is that it takes. This is also going to help you as well. Now, a little bit about me. I'm the Consistency Queen. My name is Elsa Morgan. I've been in business for almost 10 years, and literally since mid 2021, I have built and scaled to over seven figures by myself on social media. And I have to tell you that, I once upon a time did not believe that I was worthy of achieving these things. I once upon a time was just doing the work, thinking that I didn't have to work on my mindset and my energetics and my feelings and my thoughts and who I was, and building on my knowledge and skill set, thinking that I just had to start messages and that's it. But honestly, if you are someone that is skipping out on the fundamentals, if you're someone that is thinking that what you know is enough, if you're someone that thinks that you don't have to do all the things, or the classic thing that I hear is how you can achieve all of this on 1 hour a day. Like, I need to tell you that if you've never achieved six figures in your business, the road to get there is going to seem hard. It's going to seem challenging. Why? Because the majority of the things that you need to face from here on in is going to be new. So with everything new, it's going to feel challenging. You're going to feel like this is work. And let me tell you, newsflash, it is work. It is work. And you need to accept that. You need to accept that it is work. And wouldn't you want to put in the work for something that is meaningful and is a representation of who you are, and also you having the ability to go out and impact the world? Wouldn't you want to do that? Wouldn't you want to do something that is solid and that you're setting the foundation for a business that is built on a solid ground versus something that is built fast and on quicksand? I don't know, you tell me. Because far too many people are wired for the quick success and the quick results without really getting good at what they do, or really having the mindset to sustain the success, or really understanding how to do it again. And I've had to learn all of that. And on top of that, there's also this misunderstanding about what is required to achieve six figures by yourself, for yourself, as a business that is from you, from ground up. Because for a very long time, we've been wired as a society around the Industrial Revolution, where we are taught the skills to be able to go to university and further develop knowledge, and then having enough knowledge to enter the workforce, that where we are pretty much put into a box, and people telling us what we can do, what are the skills that are required, and we have to stay in that box for an extended period of time until somebody feels like we're worthy of leveling up and going to another level and getting paid an extra $10 a week more. So the Industrial Revolution has required us to develop a certain amount of skills and knowledge, but it's never really designed for us to expand our skills and really develop our internal work as well. We're just allowed to just work and be kept in a box to a certain degree. We are now in the digital revolution. We are now in a new way of doing business. And so if you're someone that wants to build a 6-figure plus business, you need to appreciate that the rules around the Industrial Revolution no longer apply. This is a brand new way of building a 6-figure plus business where you have to do this for yourself, by yourself. And it starts off with people knowing who you are. It starts off with your personal brand. And it's really about, leveraging your knowledge to go out and impacting the world in a positive way. This is what, in the truest essence, the digital revolution is all about. Is about you literally unpacking your intellectual property and creating something, a solution, an offer, a program, a service where you can go and help hundreds, thousands, millions of people. And so there's been this massive misconception of why certain people have got it and other people keep staying where they are. It's because there are different rules at play. And so first and foremost, I need you to understand the game that we're playing. It is not around you learning a skill set, you showing up, and then, you putting out a post on social media and then suddenly you get paid. That's the Industrial Revolution. If you have this mindset where with everything that you do, you automatically receive something in return, this is the mindset that we've been wired with the Industrial Revolution. With the digital revolution, there are some other things at play, and I will go through that in this episode. And this is going to be a lengthy episode, and if you're at home, I want you to grab a pen and paper because you're going to take some notes and you're going to implement, because I'm going to give you everything in terms of what you can do right now to build your 6-figure business. But I'm going to give it to you from a perspective that you have to fall in love with being, one, the best version of you, and two, you have to learn the skills and be a master at things in order for you to earn the know, like, trust, and build the equity and the likability from the wider market and especially your avatar. And unless you have an appreciation that you have to get good before you get better, and you have to get better before you get excellent, and you have to be excellent before you're exceptional, and you have to be exceptional before you're a master, and you have to be a master before you are seen as the obvious choice, the category of one, the one that people think of when they need something, the one that is where you basically are known by your first name. And until such time, you are not there yet. But that doesn't mean that you can't get there yet. It just means that you're on your way, and you have to be patient enough to work yourself there. So let's get started. So number one, you need to be really clear on what you want to do with your business. You have to be really clear on what you want to do with your life. You see, building a business for yourself, by yourself, I have found is intertwined, because when you are the business, it is a representation of who you are as an individual. You are not part of a company. You are the company. You are the business. You are the brand. And so this is the bit that people really struggle with, because when you show up as authentically as you, guess what? Your people show up. Your people show up. And so when you get clear on what it is that you want to do with your life, you can go and build a business that is going to support that vision. Now, when I got solid on my vision, and let me tell you, my vision is to impact over 1 million women, to help them to build a 6-figure business. And I'm going to do that by giving them access, knowledge, and the tools necessary for them to go build that business, which is what part of this is. Part of what I'm doing right now is part of the strategy. So I'm living out my mission, my vision right now. So that's part of my vision. That's the business. And I will do that also not just through best-in-class programs for women in business, but through events, high-class events, to show women exactly what they're capable of and helping them to step into that six-figure, seven-figure version to build out their businesses. And I'll do that by demonstrating a combination through strategy, energetics, and mindset. And then on top of that, book publications, showcasing women in business, showcasing their message, showcasing them, what they offer, and the impact they want to make to the world. So I have a very big vision for my business. Coupled with that is what I want to do for myself and my family in terms of traveling around the world, showing my children, our children, different cultures and communities so they have an appreciation of how they can contribute and be a net contributor to this planet versus being a taker, because I'm all for contributing and doing a positive, giving out positivity and providing positivity to this world. And as well as that, teaching our children what they don't teach them at school. And so I love to travel and meeting new people and experiencing new cultures, and especially the food, and just learning about, the things that really matter to them. Because ultimately, there's very little that separates us other than the color of our skin and our religion. And really none of that matters, to be quite honest. All that really matters is that we have a genuine appreciation of the human and who we are as people. And so from a personal point of view, I want to be happy. Well, I am happy, but just to continue being happy, to continue experiencing new things, traveling around the world, and just providing for family and friends. So I have a big vision, which I'm living out right now. I've had to work for it though. And so when you get clear on your vision for your business and your life, what tends to happen is you start understanding what it is that you really want. Herein lies the problem with some women out there, high-achieving women that want to do really good things in this world. They often settle for what they know they can achieve versus what they really want. And if that is you, that is probably the reason why you've never really fulfilled your potential or reached your potential, because what you can achieve is not going to be enough for you. It's not going to be enough for you. High achieving women know what they want. High achieving women are very clear on what it is that they want to achieve. And so if you're someone that desires to do big things, go there. If you're someone that wants to live in a big house, go there too. Like, find out how much it's going to cost for you to live there. Figure out the deposit that's going to require for you to secure that property or the car, or, if you want to travel first class, go and figure all of that stuff out. And you will find that when you lock in on your vision, everything else starts to happen. When you lock in on your vision for your business, things that you want to produce, programs that you want to deliver, they all become a hell of a lot clearer as well. So you need to be so clear on your vision that anything else that is a distraction or could possibly pull you away will become so obvious to you. So that is number one. Getting really clear on your vision and your mission. Like, who do you want to serve? What it is that you're going to be doing? How will you be serving on a bigger scale? This is so important for you to understand. Okay? So map out your vision, get clear on that. Doesn't matter how crazy it is. Doesn't matter how outrageously big it is. As long as you know that it is what you want, that is all that matters. Let people call you crazy. Let them laugh at you. Let them call you names. As long as you know that this is what you want, the rest will take care of itself. Let me tell you, your heart will always know what is true to you and for you and what is not. Because if you're in it and you really want to do it and you really want to achieve it, you will do it. That, the fire will come out of you, much like what it is for me right now. I'm so passionate and committed on helping these 1 million women to produce six-figure businesses that I will show up even when it seems crazy to, even when it seems so unbelievably outrageous to help 1 million women. I'm still doing it anyway, and I'm still talking about it because why? This is what I am here to do. And so when you are solid on your vision, nothing else will light you up as much. Nothing else will make sense to you other than that. You'll always come back to that. Your heart will always go back to that. Okay? Number 2, you need to know what it is that you're going to be doing. Like, will you be setting up your business as a service-based business? Will you be selling product? Will you be and what sort of model as well? Because some people like to go in established models versus building their own thing. You've got to be very clear. And again, it's got to feel good for you because you've got to be showing up and standing by this. This is your brand. This is your reputation. This is your time away from your family. This is time away for you, that you are committing and doing this. And a lot of people fall victim to, what's the trend? What's the best thing right now? When digital marketing, the affiliate digital marketing thing first came out, everybody wanted to hop onto that. And let me tell you, I didn't, because I didn't believe in it and I didn't want to. And it's not even my thing. I'm all for building my own program from my own intellectual property. I just simply don't subscribe to, hey, sell this thing forever and ever and ever. I truly do believe that for me to do my best work is to teach from what I know. And what I know to be true is what I've implemented and the results that I've achieved. I will never, ever teach from theory. I will always teach from application and experience and implementation. That is when I've done my best work. That is when I can provide accurate and concise feedback and constructive criticism for my clients. And so for me, I go for what I can do, where I can do my best work. And I want you to ask yourself that question. Where can you do your best work? How can you do your best work? Under what conditions can you bring out the best in you? And this is so important to get, because if you decide to settle for what is easy versus what is obvious, like in terms of producing your best work, you won't produce your best work. The message won't land, the program won't deliver, the results for your clients won't come out. It's got to be so good. It's got to be within you. You've got to believe in it. You've got to be so passionate about what it is that you're doing and the results that your clients are likely to get, that there is no other way that it can be done. And so that's the next thing that you need to get clear on, is how you're going to be impacting the world. How are you going to be helping your clients? How it is that you're going to deliver information or product or potential results, or painting the picture for your ideal avatar. So getting clear on what it is that you're going to be doing, how it is that it's going to happen, and more importantly, here's the thing: what is it that you've done in terms of the experience? What's been your personal transformation? I have found that through my own journey, through my own personal transformation, I've been able to help more and more people, more women, more high-achieving women who want to achieve six-figure businesses. I have been able to share my own personal thoughts, feelings, emotions, experiences that I've done. I don't hold back. I don't gatekeep. I mean, there's no point in doing that, because I want to help over 1 million women. And what good does it do just to gatekeep? It makes no sense to me. I want to help as many women. I want a movement of women to be successful in their own right, whatever that looks like for them, and as a direct result of accessing my knowledge. I'm just passionate about that. And when I got clear about that, and when I really didn't care who had my information as long as they're implementing, that's all that matters. And so I invest in myself every single year. I invest in myself every single year to find out, how can I help more women? How can I help them move faster? And I go and implement. And so once I go and implement new strategies, new ways to up level, new ways to grow, new ways to move faster. And then I go and I share that and I share that and I share that over and over again. So ask yourself, what seems logical for me in terms of the delivery of what it is that I want to do? What is it exactly that I'm doing, and how will my clients receive a result? And you've just got to commit to it no matter what. Number 3 is, who will you be serving? Who is it that you want to be helping? What are they currently experiencing right now? What is it they're doing right now that needs solving? Understanding your ideal avatar, understanding what it is that they're experiencing right now, understanding where they want to go, also having an appreciation of every single attempt, or some of their attempts, of what they've done and what they're likely to have experienced is also important. Because if you can't get into their head and help them to understand that you've gone through that process where you've gone around and around in circles and try to figure it out yourself, then you opted into things that were cheap and nasty, or easy to access, and they didn't really match. They some kind of matched, but not entirely matched. And then you decided to, well, maybe it's not for me. And then suddenly you come along and there's an investment to be made, but it covers everything. And what's the price that they will ultimately pay to have that full experience that they've constantly been thinking about, because you went down that path too. And once you start showcasing that to the person that you want to sell to, and you're speaking to that person over and over again, even though there's hundreds, thousands, millions of them, it's like you're speaking to them and only them. When you understand who it is that you want to sell to, provide for, in terms of solutions, create transformations, create outcomes for, it is so obvious for you. For me, it is that female that wants to build a 6-figure business for themselves, which is my 2021 version. And I speak to that person because I was already high achieving. I'd already been producing results. I'd already been speaking on stage by then. I'd earned trips and done all of these incredible things. But now I wanted to go another level. I really wanted to be expansive. I didn't want it to feel hard, like I was pushing all the time and being highly stressed out. I wanted it to do it so that I felt a level of balance, even though it is highly imbalanced, because you are putting a lot more time, energy, and thought. It's your thing. Of course. You're not just doing one part of a business, you're touching most of your business pretty much every single day. Even if you have people, that are working for you, you're contracting out, you're still all across your business. You have to. It's your business, right? And so it will seem like there's a level of imbalance. That's okay. That's the very small price to pay for the impact, the life, the experiences that you'll have for yourself, for your family, for all of your clients. It's incredible. And so understanding who it is that you are serving, you are providing solutions for, is so key. So you really need to understand who it is that you're serving, what it is that they're experiencing right now, what they've gone through so far, where they are right now in terms of their mindset and frustration, but more importantly, where do they want to go? What's their ideal outcome? And you know what? More often than not, it's where you are right now. Where you are right now. How can you take them through that journey? How can you show them the logical steps so then they can take your hand and go, you know what? Lead. That's exactly what's going to happen when you get really clear. You'll understand how you can communicate. And here's the thing, the stats don't lie. Over and over again, all the social media apps have got stats that demonstrate, even marketing agencies, that connection, understanding of, who they're buying from, building know, like, trust, consistency. all of this is playing a big part in the buyer decision process from people that are selling on social media or buying from an influencer. So you need to understand that you can't escape this process. This has got to be absolutely clear, and you've got to be so solid. You can't be serving to everybody, because literally you'll be touching 1%. Because if you serve to everybody, you might cover one or two things that might, serve someone, but are they willing to pay your price point or invest in your thing for just one or two things? Or could you serve a very specific group of people and help them with 5 or 6 things, or things that are a very high pain point kind of thing? I like solving champagne problems, higher end issues that that where I can provide a solution for. That is my gift zone. So really figure out, like, what are you prepared to solve, how it is that you're going to help them, and just take them to the end where you are right now, and showcase that, which leads me to your social media, which is part of your marketing strategy. Your marketing strategy has to do the bulk of the heavy lifting. Don't listen to the hype. This is what people see of you. Your marketing strategy has to be so obvious in terms of what it is that you do, who it is that you serve, and how you help them get there. You have to be so on point with your branding in terms of your value system, and in terms of you as a person being solid and consistent and committed to what it is that you're doing, because all of this matters in this day and age. No longer can you be posting just cat memes, as I say. I mean, cat memes are nice, but is it a part of your brand? Is it a part of what you do? Is it a part of who you are? Because if it's not, it has no business being on your social media and being part of your social media posting plan. The reality is that your marketing has to be a representation of what it is that you do, who it is that you serve, why it is that you're doing it, and how committed are you. And by that meaning, consistency. Consistently showcasing that every day. And you can do this via your static posts. You could be doing that by short form video. You could be doing this by long form video. It doesn't matter how you demonstrate it, but you need to be showcasing your value system, how you actually help transform people, what results they actually get, and also how other people have won as a direct result of coming into your world. And as long as you do that over and over and over again, you're going to start building equity in your brand. You're going to start building know, like, trust. You're going to start having people looking at you and possibly thinking to themselves, can this person help me? Maybe this person can help me. Maybe I'll make an inquiry. I should make an inquiry. I mean, these are all things that will go through their mind. And so there are different ways that you can showcase that. I mentioned before short form video and your static posts. These are lead generation opportunities. These are opportunities for people to maybe see you for the very first time. Short form video in particular is hot at the moment in terms of the potential for virality. Not that that should be your goal, right? But there are a lot of social media apps out there that are really positioning short form video as something that they want to see, because this is what people want. The other thing that people want in terms of the static posts are savable content and shareable content. So think about how you can demonstrate your knowledge that potentially people can save. And you can give that through a call to action and say, hey, save this post, come back, comment what you got out of it, come back when you get your results and tell me what the result was, all of this sort of stuff. And also shareable content, like share this with someone who needs this, share this with someone who will get value out of this. So it's really important to understand how you can position your knowledge either through short form video, so that's nice and quick and short bursts, micro education as I call it, or through savable or shareable content. And then you have your conversion type social media, which is your long form. This is via either going live on your social media app or maybe even on YouTube, for example, which is extremely popular for people that want to binge. And if you're a coach in particular, if you're a coach or you have a service-based business, YouTube should be part of your whole strategy, because there is a tendency for people to binge content. And if you have people that binge on your content, there is a saying in the coaching world, bingers are buyers. If you allow people to binge watch your content, you're giving them an opportunity to understand the possibility of what it's like being in your world. And so your marketing has to be extremely strategic, but more or less available. So then people go, you know what, I need to get into a world because it just sounds so logical, or she understands where exactly I am right now. So think about how you're structuring your social media and make sure that you're catering for lead generation opportunities and also conversion type content, so that new eyes come on your social media every single day, but also those that are already in your pipeline get to binge on your existing social media through long form, and it helps them to solidify their decision to want to work with you. So that's the social media piece. Then there's the sales. When you understand your ideal avatar and who it is that you're serving, you'll automatically understand where they are right now, the challenges that they're experiencing, the things that they've already tried, and also what it is that they want to achieve. So when you understand those three things, your sales strategy will become so clear. You'll already be able to anticipate their objections, and you can list that down. That's what I do with my clients. I help them to anticipate the objections. And if you want to go one step further and you want to be very strategic and really want to get people following you, you will already address that in your social media. The objections, price objections, time objections, anything like that, you bring it forward so that you say to them, hey, I already know you. I know what you're going to say to me, and here is what I say to that. And you do it in such a logical, structural way that it brings not only peace of mind for them, but then you're also helping them to understand that if this is how they're thinking, they're just keeping themselves where they are. So by getting really clear on your ideal avatar, your sales strategy will be so clear. Your objections will be handled. You'll also know what kind of questions to be asking. So then that way, they're feeling understood, but also you're confirming in your mind that this person is solid for you as well as a client, because remember, you are the prize. And then also the closing questions that you ask will also be clear, because again, you're going to be speaking to urgency on their part, and any sort of opportunity cost that they'll be experiencing if they don't move forward. So all of these things lead to you having an effective strategy, which you must have. You must plan all of this out. And unless you have a mentor that's going to bring this to your attention, you're just going to be going around and 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 around. And you're going to feel like this is not going to work for you. It does. It can. And it will, when you understand exactly what you need to do. Okay. The next thing that I wanted to share with you is your daily method of operation. Your daily method of operation. Now that you understand, what it is that you want to do, or if you understand what you want to do in your business, or if you want to get clear on what it is that you want to do in your business, you need to sit down and figure out what are the needle moving things in your business. For me, I've really locked it down to 5 key things, and that is you need to create new messages or new opportunities every single day, in terms of new leads coming into your world every single day. This is really, really important. Okay, and then also is the follow-up and closing of opportunities, meaning touching base with people that have already been exposed to your world and just seeing how they are and do they have any questions, and then closing off opportunities as well, meaning asking for the sale. You'd be surprised at how many people don't want to ask for the sale. But let me tell you, how else are you going to make bank? How else are you going to make money? I mean, we'd all like to think that we would put out a post and there's these millions of people that come to your post and just buy. You can eventually get there and you will eventually get there, but there is a process for you to get there, and that will take some time. And until such time, you need to be engaging and following up and asking the closing question. And you also need to know how you will close as well. There are so many different ways that you can close, and it's all really dependent on who it is that you're speaking to and what it is that you've discussed up until this point. On top of that is working on your mindset every single day and your skill set through personal development. Also putting out value-driven content as well. And then the last thing is expanding the network, meaning going out to networking events or going out and being interviewed on podcasts, or maybe running your own event or attending an event. Connecting with people on social media as well. These are all really important things, because you know what? Your existing network will get you so far. So you need to go out there and put yourself out there so people know who you are. And eventually it'll get to a point where people will talk about you. But until such time, you've got to go out there. You've got to go out there and be seen. And this is one of the things that I've really been working on to date, because I think with the, everybody being locked down in 2020, 2025, we've all been comfortable sitting behind the computer, but we're back to just being in front, and we need to put ourselves out there. And you know what? It is a very, very busy world and a distracted world. So you can't just assume that your social media on its own will do the work. But you've also got to be aware that if you are someone that loves attending in-person events, that, don't just go to every single thing. Be very strategic. I set goals for every single event. I set goals about what it is that I want to get out of the event, and I won't go unless it's going to bring me value. So it's super, super important. Okay, so your mindset is really important when it comes to building your six-figure business. Let me tell you that a lot of people misunderstand this whole concept of personal development and working on their mindset, simply because they believe just reading the book is enough. Reading a book is reading a book. Taking notes and then making bullet points of how you're going to implement said information that you've taken down, that's personal development. And this is super important, because where you are right now, that's not the version that's going to go out and achieve your bigger vision. You've got to work to get there, and you need to acquire new information in terms of your skill set. You've also got to build on your existing skill set, and you'll do that through consistently applying yourself. You're just going to naturally get better, right? But also strengthening your mindset, because you're going to experience challenges. You're going to have so much adversity along the way, via the way of people that misunderstand you, clients leaving, people objecting to things, family members not being happy about what you're doing or the time that you're committing to this. And it's just a part of life. And you know what? I often say that it's a price of entry. It's the price of entry of wanting to build a six-figure plus business. This is what you've got to experience. But in order for you to get there, you've got to become the version first. And 90% of the journey is you. Your thoughts, your behaviors, your emotions, your belief systems, all of these things come into play 90% of the time. So if you're constantly thinking about the same thing every single day, more of that's going to manifest. And so you need to become that version. You need to work on your relationship with money. You've got to work on your relationship with time. You've got to work on your relationship with focus. And you've also got to work on the relationships with your important members of your life, your most important relationships, like your significant other, your children, your parents. These all matter as well. And as you are growing and evolving, those relationships will shift and change as well. And so you're constantly in this movement of change. And unless you have the strategies, the knowledge, the insight that you can acquire from either reading books, attending trainings, watching YouTubes, listening to podcasts, you're going to struggle with this because nothing will prepare you for the challenges ahead. And I said at the top, I've said over and over and over and over again that once upon a time, we've been wired for this industrial revolution and the rules in that whole era no longer apply. When you are building a 6-figure business, your personal brand matters. Who you are matters. What you stand for, your value system matters. And there are going to be people out there that simply just don't like you for whatever reason. And just know that that's a projection of themselves. It's got nothing to do with you, but you've got to be strong enough mentally, physically to be able to do that. Because, we love the idea of everybody loving us, but that's just not going to happen. And the more that you create this ripple effect and creating this impact and creating this movement, the more that you're also going to be, pushing away the detractors or people not aligned with you. That's going to require you to be mentally strong. Because again, we love this idea of being loved and being accepted and being appreciated. And whilst that's great, not everyone thinks like you. And so you've just got to accept that your mindset is one of your strongest assets that you can have. And if you want to build a strong and solid 6-figure business and go beyond and scale up to 7 and 8 figures, this is the thing that's going to get you there. Honestly, mindset, consistency, perseverance, patience, these are all attributes that you've got to work on, plus strengthening your mindset to handle the challenges, the objections, the enormity of the responsibility of the business and the impact that you're creating. I'm going to tell you that nothing will prepare you. And so if you're feeling like it's challenging and it's hard and it's like you're pushing a boulder up the hill, good. You're heading in the right direction because you're expanding and you're growing. If you're feeling like comfortable and happy and all good, you're not growing. You should be uncomfortable every single day. You should learn something new every day. I do. I make it a mission. I make it a goal that every single day I'm learning something new. Just the other day, I was listening to I was watching a YouTube where someone was talking through a particular industry, and I learned some nuances that were specific to that industry. And I thought, wow, like if I didn't watch this, I would never know that. And so what are you doing to expand your mind and to put yourself into this growth mindset? Because a growth mindset, let me tell you, will help you to handle all the things. It will help you to handle the challenges. It will help you to handle, all the things that come out of the left field, and it will help you to be nimble and help you to pivot and get back up, a lot quicker. So it's so important that you work your mindset every single day. And then the other thing, the most important thing, let me tell you, the one that I subscribe to the most is consistency. Consistency will absolutely skyrocket your business. Consistency will help you to master your skills. Consistency is not something that is sexy, but it's something that is proven. It's definitely changed my life. I would rather build for sure than build fast and on quicksand. And consistency will help you to build for sure. Consistency will ensure that the changes that you have in your life last, because it relies on you to show up every single day. And it doesn't even have to be big amounts. It could be small, actionable steps every single day. Consistency will help you to build on your skills and get really good at it. Consistency will also lead you to mastery, which then helps you to appreciate the compound effect. And let me tell you, the compound effect in your business will quantum leap you faster than anything else. And a lot of people don't like consistency because it requires you to be patient. It requires you to show up even though you don't see the results every single day. You've just got to believe that you're going to get there. It requires you to show up even when you don't feel like it. It requires you to just understand that at one point in time you're going to get some experience a shift, experience a result. Consistency is about you being committed to the process. And that's where a lot of people really don't like consistency because, again, we're wired for this industrial revolution mindset that we do the work, we get paid. We do the work, we get paid. We do the work, we get paid. And that's not how this applies. Consistency will mean that at some point in time, you will feel like things might not be happening, or you will feel like you are going backwards. And really what you're going through is this, what I call is going through the valley. The valley where it relies on you to have so much belief in yourself, where where more than the application in itself, it's your internal systems that are being tested. It's the internal systems of belief, thoughts, feelings, emotions that are being wired for what's coming, that are being prepared for the expansion that's coming. And as you are going through this valley of you thinking of nothing is happening, you're actually about to cross this massive threshold. And as you cross over this threshold, you'll experience this breakthrough. And then there's this massive upwave, which is where the compounding effect happens. But you can't get there if you keep stop starting. And now scientifically, it's been proven that consistency, typically hits between 65 to 365 days, right? Don't believe the 21-day thing. It's between 65 to 365 days. And so if you are within, consistently showing up every single day, and then you hit day 65, just know at any point in time, you're going to get this massive breakthrough. And your goal from then on is to just keep showing up no matter what. Keep showing up even if it seems crazy to. Keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. Keep showing up because you know that you've now entered this portal where potentially the next day could be you'll have a very different game, a different life, a different business. So it's so important for you to keep showing up no matter what. And so for me, consistency has changed my life. It's what's allowed me to produce long-term results. It's allowed me to get really good at my skills. It's allowed me to become a category of one. It's allowed me to really understand who I am and what it is that I'm meant to be doing in this world. And once you understand how important, this is like your secret superpower. Consistency can be your best friend ever. Once you appreciate how good life can get, how good your business will be, and how much you can do good in this world, you will thrive on consistency. You will build upon it. You will make sure that you build up, you work towards it. You commit to it because you understand the power behind it. And so I hope you have found value in this episode, because let me tell you, I've brought my A game. I've given you my best, and I want you to know that you are capable. You are worthy. You can and will achieve your 6-figure plus business. It's just a matter of you getting really clear on what it is that you want to achieve, getting very solid on your game in terms of your business and your internal game as well, and then just committing long-term through consistency. When you understand those 3 parts, you understand exactly what it is that you need to do. And you don't give up and you don't quit. Success is inevitable. Of course, you need to bring your A game as much as you can every single day. You need to bring energy. You need to bring fire. But the fire comes when you're in alignment with what it is that you're doing, which is why I go back to vision all the time. You've got to be so solid on that. And all of these things have been a part of my success system. This is my success blueprint, my 6-figure blueprint. And this is what I teach in my coaching program, the Inner Circle. And this is why women in that program go on and win. And I've had many success stories of women achieving six-figure businesses because they've applied this very system. And as long as you know this system, apply this system, get clear on this system, then it will happen. So thank you so much for being a part of this program. And my hope is that for you to go on and implement and achieve results. And of course, I'd love to hear from you. And if you would love to leave a five-star review on my podcast, please feel free. If you want to leave a comment here, please feel free as well. If you'd like more of these trainings, you can always come into my free group, facebook.com/groups/empower her legacy. I welcome new members all the time, and I provide free masterclasses in there. So thank you so much for being a part of this episode, and I'll see you on the next episode.